Now in this class we will see D'Alembert's ratio test. Here we have a statement: if sigma un is a series of positive terms such that limits n tends to infinite un upon un plus 1 value is some L, then the series is convergent if L value is positive, that is greater than 1. Series will be divergent if the value of this L is less than 1, that is negative number or fractional value less than 1. Now the test fail to decide the nature of the series, whether it is convergent or divergent, when the value of this L is 1. So the important condition that we have to check whether the given series is convergent or divergent is this condition. So we have to find out this limits of this ratio un by un plus 1. This will decide the nature of the series, whether it is converging or diverging. We see some questions based on this concept. Test for the convergence of the series 1 by 2 root 1 plus x square by 3 root 2 plus x power 4 by 4 root 3 and so on. Let us see whether this series is convergent or not. Now this 1 can be written as x power of 0. This 1. So this can be written as x power of 0. Now if we see the power of this x, we have the power of x as 0, 2, 4, 6 and so on. So this given series is in arithmetic progression with general term an is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So a value is the first term, n value is n minus 1 only, difference, common difference is 2. So we are having 2n plus 2. So the numerator for the general term un will be x power of 2n, x power of 2n minus 2 will be the general term. Now in denominator, see here before this root we have 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. In denominator before root we have this term, or also in arithmetic progression its general term will be a plus, a means first term plus n minus 1 into common difference is 1. So here we have n plus 1. So we have n plus 1 in denominator, n plus 1 into we have root term. Inside the root we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All these numbers are also in AP with general term. We have 1, 2, 3 and so on. All terms are in arithmetic progression. Its general term will be n only. So we have root n. Now from the series we got the general term. Now as per D'Alembert's ratio test we got un. Now we want un plus 1. So put n plus 1 in place of n. So we'll get un plus 1 will be x power of 2 into n plus 1 minus 2 upon, in place of n put n plus 1. So this will become n plus 1 plus 1 into root over n plus 1. So this will be x power of 2n. 2 into 1 is 2, 2 minus 2 will be 0, divided by we have n plus 2 into n plus root of n plus 1. Now we want the ratio of these two, correct? So we want the ratio of un upon un plus 1. So this can be written as un into 1 by un plus 1. So the value of un is x power of 2n. If I split this x power of 2n minus 2 as x power of 2n into x power of minus 2 upon we have n plus 1 root n. Next we have 1 by un plus 1. Here this 1 by un plus, we have un plus 1, we want 1 by un plus 1, that is reciprocal. Reciprocal means take a reverse, that is numerator will be at the upside. Next we have root of n plus 1 upon x power of 2n. Now we can cancel this x power of 2n and x power of 2n. Next we are left with this 1 by x square, this term. Here we have 1 by x square into, we have n plus 2 root n plus 1 in numerator. In denominator we have n plus 1 root n, right? This is the ratio of un upon un plus 1. Now if I take common from this term n plus, take common n from this n plus 2, I'll get n into 1 plus 2 by n. Similarly, if I take n common from this root term, I'll get root n into root over 1 plus 1 by n. In denominator I have to take n common from this term, so if I take n common, we have 1 plus 1 by n. Root n will be as it is. Now this n will get cancelled, root n will get cancelled. Now apply the limits on both sides. Limit n tends to infinite, un upon un plus 1 will be limit n tends to infinite. Here we have 1 plus 2 by n into root over 1 plus 1 by n in numerator. Denominator we have 1 plus 1 by n. Also we have 1 by x square, this term 1 by x square. Now we know that if n is tending to infinite, then 1 by n will tends to 0. So here I'll get 1 plus 0 root over 1 plus 0 by 1 plus 0 into 1 by x square. Then this complete will become 1. We have 1 by x square as the ratio, limit of this ratio un by un plus 1. Now we know that by D'Alembert's principle, sigma un is convergent if this ratio L is greater than 1. So sigma un is convergent, the series is convergent if this limit 1 by 1 x square is greater than 1. That will implies take x square in numerator, take reciprocal, then x square will be less than 1. That is greater will become less if we take reciprocal. Next we have sigma un is divergent if this ratio, that is x square, is greater than 1. Reverse of this. CBIT, the test fails when x value is, that is this value 1 by 1 plus x square is 1. Test fails when 1 by x square value is 1. That will implies x square is 1. Now the test will fail. Now we see when the value of this x square is 1, what will happen? See, here we have this un. Put the value of x square in this un. Now that will become, now that un will now become 1 by n plus 1 into root n plus 1 into root n. Now this can be written as 1 by, take this n common, we have n into 1 plus 1 by n. Root n can be written as, this root n can be written as 1 by 2. So here we have n power 1, n power of 1 by 2. So bases are same, power should be added. 1 plus 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2. 3 by 2 into 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. Now I am trying to find out whether the given series is convergent or divergent when x square is 1 by comparison test. So let us take this 1 by n power of 3 by 2 as some Vn, right? Now put this value here, un is equals to Vn into 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. Now take the ratio un by Vn, that will be 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. Now apply limits on both sides, limit n tends to infinite, limit n tends to infinite. Now this will become 1 by 1 plus 1 by n will tends to 0, so we'll get 1. That is a finite number, right? Finite number, non-zero number we got. Now as sigma Vn value is sigma 1 by n power of 3 by 2 is a p series, is a p series or auxiliary series with p value, with p value as 3 by 2, that is greater than 1. 3 by 2 means 1.5, that will be greater than 1. When p is greater than 1, we say sigma Vn is convergent. If sigma Vn is convergent, that automatically implies that sigma Un is also convergent. How? By comparison test. By comparison test. Comparison test says that two series sigma un, sigma vn converge or diverge together. In this case, sigma vn is convergent, that will automatically says that sigma un is convergent. So we got sigma un convergent for x square greater than 1. So finally the conclusion will be, let me write down the conclusion. The given series is convergent if, see here we have x square is less than 1, x square is less than 1, but by comparison test we see that when x square is 1, then also the series is convergent. So here I will include that part also. So this will become, given series is convergent if x square is greater than or less than or equal to 1. Similarly, given series is divergent if x square is greater than 1. So we have two conclusions. Given series is convergent if x square is less than or equal to 1, or divergent if x square is greater than 1. Now we got the answer for this. Test for the convergence of 1 plus x by 2 plus x square by 5 plus x cube by 10 plus and so on infinite x greater than 1. Now the given series Now see the solution. Ignore the first term. Then we have the series as x by 2 plus x square by 5 plus x power of 3 by 10 plus and so on up to infinite x greater than 0. Now if I see the power of this x, we have 1, 2, 3 and so on are in arithmetic progression. Its general term will be 1 plus n minus 1 into common difference is 1. So we have n is the general term. So the general term for the sequence will be un equal to x power of n. Now in denominator we have 2, 5, 10 and so on. This is not in AP, but it follows a certain pattern, that is 2 plus, or we can see 2 comma, this 5 can be written as 2 square plus 1, 3 square plus 1. So this 2 can also be written as 1 square plus 1. So by this we say that this is n square plus 1 pattern. So in denominator we have n square plus 1 is the general term. Now for D'Alembert's ratio test we want un plus 1. So the un plus 1 will be put n plus 1 everywhere in un, then we'll get un plus 1 x power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 square plus 1. This is not possible for this first term 1, that's why we ignore the first term, then only we can see this pattern. Now we want the ratio of these two. The ratio of this un upon un plus 1, that can be written as un into 1 by un plus 1. Un is x power of n by n square plus 1. Here 1 by un plus 1 will be the reciprocal of this. So reciprocal will be n plus 1 square plus 1 by x power of n plus 1. X power of n, separate that, x power of 1. Now this terms will get cancelled. This x power of n and this x power of n will get cancelled. Now here we have n plus 1 square plus 1 upon n square plus 1 into 1 by x. Now if I take common from this term, it will be n square. Take n common, then we have n square, 1 plus 1 by n whole square plus 1 by n square plus 1 into 1 by x. Now take n square common from numerator, this will become n square into 1 plus 1 by n square plus 1 by n square upon, take n square common from denominator, we have 1 plus 1 by n square into 1 by x. Now this n square and this n square will get cancelled. We have 1 plus 1 by n square plus 1 by n square upon 1 plus 1 by n square into 1 by x. This is the value of un upon un plus 1. Now apply limits on both sides. Limit n tends to infinite, limit n tends to infinite. When limit n tends to infinite, 1 by n tends to 0. So we have 1 plus 0 square plus 1 by, that will be 0 by 1 plus 0 into 1 by x. This will be 1 by x only. So we got this limit L value we got. Now we say this sigma un is convergent if L value is greater than 1. So here L value we got 1 by x. So when by x is greater than 1, that will implies take the reciprocal, then it will become less. Greater will become less when we take reciprocal. For x less than 1, series is convergent. B, sigma un is divergent if x is greater than 1, that is reverse of that. Now for C, test will fail. Test fails when the ratio, limit of the ratio 1 by x is 1, that is x value is 1. Now for x equal to 1, we have this un. Put x equal to 1 in this un, then we have un will be 1 by n square plus 1. Now take n square common, then we have 1 plus 1 by n square. That let us take this as 1 by n square into 1 by 1 plus 1 by n square. We are trying to use comparison test here. Take this 1 by n square as some vn, then this will become un is equals to vn into 1 by 1 plus 1 by n square. Now divide this un by vn. Un by vn value is, we have 1 by 1 plus 1 by n square. Now apply the limits on both sides. We have limit n tends to infinite, limit n tends to infinite. So here we have 1 by 1 plus 0, that will be 1, that is finite. If this ratio is finite, in comparison test we say both series as sigma un and vn are converges. So as sigma vn is sigma vn value, we have 1 by n square is a p series, or we say p test, p series with p value as 2, that is greater than 1. So when p is greater than 1, sigma vn is convergent. Sigma vn is convergent, that will implies automatically sigma un is also convergent. Why? Because the comparison test says that both will converge simultaneously by comparison test. Comparison test says both converges or diverges together or simultaneously. So here we modify this statement, we modify this conclusion as, this conclusion will be modified as sigma un is convergent if x less than or equal to 1 or divergent when x is greater than 1. So the conclusion will be like this. Test for convergence of the series. Now we have been given the series, we'll find out the general term of this series. Now see here, we have 2, 5, 8, 11 and so on are in arithmetic progression. The general term will be 2 plus n minus 1 into common difference is 3. So we have 2 plus 3n minus 3. So we have 3n minus 1 is the common difference. So this given sequence can be written as sigma 2 comma 5 into 8 into 11 into and so on up to 3n minus 1. Next, in denominator we have 1 comma 5 comma 9 comma 13. So these numbers are also in arithmetic progression with common or general term as 1 plus n minus 1 into common difference is 4. So we have 1 plus 4n minus 4, that is 4n minus 3. So in denominator we have this 1, 5, 9, 13 and so on up to 4n minus 3. Now the general term will be un in the sequence, that is 2 into 5 into 8 into 11 into we have 3n minus 1 upon 1 into 5 into 9 into 13 into 4n minus 3. Now we got un, we want un plus 1. Now we want un plus 1 here. Un plus 1 will be 2 into 5 into 8 into 11 and so on. Next put n plus 1 in place of n. We have 3 into n plus 1 minus 1. In denominator we have 1, 5, 9, 13, 4 into n plus 1 minus 3. Now this will become 3 into n will become 3n. Now 3 into n will be 3n, 3 into 1 will be 3, minus 1 will be 2. Next we have 4 into n, 4n, plus 4 into 1 will be 4, minus 3 will be 1. Now this is the last term. Before to this term, we have one more term here, that will be 3n minus 1, and before this term here we have 4n minus 3, because these numbers are increasing up to 3n plus 2. So before that we have 3n minus 1. There is a difference of plus 3 here. So if I add 3 to this number, 3 to this number, so we'll get next number. So this is the sequence. Now we got un plus 1 and un. Now we take the ratio of these two. Let us take the ratio of un upon un plus 1. That can be taken as un into 1 by un plus 1, or I can take this ratio directly. Here we have this un value. Now let me copy this. We got this un value. Next we want this un plus 1 value. Now we want the ratio of these two. Now here this complete term will get cancelled, this term with this term. Next all these terms are getting cancelled, this term will also get cancelled. Now we are left with these two terms that will become in numerator. This will be 4n plus 1 to the numerator and 3n plus 2 in denominator. If I take 4 or n common here, if I take n common, then we have 4 plus 1 by n, and n common, then we have 3 plus 2 by n. Now cancelling this n. Now apply the limits. Limit n tends to infinite, un by un plus 1 will be limit n tends to infinite 4 plus 1 by n upon 3 plus 2 by n. So this will become 4 plus 0 by 3 plus 0. 1 by n will tends to 0. So we have 4 by 3. 4 by 3 is greater than 1. So when this ratio L is greater than 1, see here, when this ratio L is greater than 1, the series is convergent. So we say sigma un is convergent, that is given series is convergent. Test for convergence of series sigma 1 to infinite 2n whole factorial by n factorial into n. Now the general term un is 2n factorial. This is whole factorial, so I should take bracket here, 2n whole factorial upon n factorial into n. Now let us take un plus 1 from here, put n plus 1, so we will become 2 into n plus 1 factorial upon n plus 1 factorial into n plus 1. So this will now become 2n plus 2 whole factorial upon n plus 1 factorial into n plus 1. Now take the ratio of these two. We have un upon un plus 1 can be written as un into 1 by un plus 1. So un value we have 2n whole factorial upon n factorial into n. Next we have 1 by un plus 1. So reciprocal means take denominator first, n plus 1 factorial into n plus 1 into 2n plus 2 whole factorial. Now we use the concept of factorial if we have n factorial. So this can be written as n into n minus 1 factorial, or we can take n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial, or we take n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial. Now this can be written as 2n factorial as it is by n factorial into n into this n plus 1 factorial can be written as n plus 1 into n factorial. So we have reduced this n plus 1 factorial to n plus 1 into its lower value is n factorial into we have n plus 1 upon this 2n plus 2 factorial can be written as 2n plus 2. Reduce this by 1, so we have 2n plus 1, again reducing by 1 will give us 2n factorial. This step is very important. Now we cancel this numerator 2n factorial this 2n factorial, here n factorial, n factorial. Now we are left with this terms n plus 1 into n plus 1 in numerator, that will become n plus 1 square, by we have n in denominator into 2n plus 1. So take 2 common from here, I'll get 2 into n plus 1. 2 into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1. So from this we can say that this n plus 1 and this n plus 1 will get cancelled. So we are having n plus 1 upon 2 into n into 2n plus 1. So take highest power of n common from numerator, we have 1 by n. Next, highest power common from this term, here we have n. So this will become n into n, here we have 2 into n plus 2 plus 1 by n. Now this n will get cancelled, we have 1 by 2n into 1 plus 1 by n by 2 plus 1 by n. Now apply the limits. Limit n tends to infinite un by un plus 1. Value is limit n tends to infinite, we have 1 by 2n into limit, distribute the limit n tends to 1 plus 1 by n by 2 plus 1 by n. Now if n tends to infinite, then 1 by n will tends to 0. So this term will become 0 here. 0 into this 1 plus 1 by n will be 1 by 2. That will be 0 only. That is 0 is less than 1. So by this test, D'Alembert's ratio test, when L is less than 1, the series is divergent. So we have less than 1. This L value is less than 1. So the given series sigma un is divergent. The series will be divergent.